What's up everyone, how you all doing? Blue here and welcome back my friends to our Minecraft survival world. So guys, I'm finally back after a short break for the holidays, but I hope you guys had an amazing Christmas and got everything that you wanted. Myself guys, I had a great time. I spent a lot of time with the family and I ate way too much food and cake, so I think a bit of a diet is in plan for the new year. Now, with that being said guys, today's episode is going to be a little bit different. I've got a bunch of stuff that I want to talk about. So we're going to kick this off into a time lapse and we're going to do a bunch of work on the castle. Now while we're doing that guys, first of all, I just want to thank you guys for 20,000 subscribers. I honestly did not expect to reach 20,000 subscribers by this Christmas. I mean, last Christmas we was at 130. This Christmas we're at 20,000. I mean, I honestly was, this year my only goal was to reach 1,000 and that is we've already gone way beyond what I expected. So guys, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate it. But with that being said, I've got some huge plans for 2020 and a bunch of new stuff coming to the channel. So stay tuned for that and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But for now guys, as a 20,000 subscriber special, I wanted to answer a bunch of questions that you guys had for me. Now you guys have been posting in the community tab and on a few of my videos as well. So we're going to go over a few of the questions you guys have been asking and I'm going to try my best to answer them as I can. Now guys, there was a lot of questions, so I'm going to try and answer all of them as the best I can. But if I have missed your question, I do apologize guys. So just go ahead, ask me in another video and I'll do my best to answer them at a later point. Now, we're going to kickstart this off with a question from Drawing Master, and he says, how do you come up with ideas and how do you make such big projects? Now this is a really good question guys, because I get this quite a lot from many people asking me, how do I get ideas? Now, with ideas, I normally search on places like Google Images and Pinterest. And what I do is I search for things like medieval towns, medieval village, medieval builds, and just see what comes up. And I try to get inspiration and ideas from things like that. Pinterest is probably one of the best. There's a lot of images on Pinterest, so there's always new things popping up and new ideas of things that are building. Sometimes I look for builds that are Minecraft based, but most of my stuff is based upon just real images or even concept art. Concept art is really good because you get a lot of fantasy style stuff and a lot of medieval kind of drawings and stuff, so that gives you a lot of good ideas for building. Now when it comes to big projects, one of the things I think a lot of people do is they plan too much at once. I like doing big projects, but I plan it piece by piece, just bit at a time, you know, slowly add into it. Make a small plan, build that, expand on it and expand on it and expand on it. Making too much plans at once can really be demotivating for trying to build, because you kind of overwhelm yourself with too much stuff. So if you want to build a big project, I would suggest start small and finish big. You know, that's how it kind of works. Start small and just keep building on it and building on it and building on it, and slowly it will come together. Okay guys, the next one comes in from Notemaster CD, and he says, I am building good houses but my medieval village doesn't look good. How to make it look like a village and not a bunch of good houses? Now this is another good question and something I get asked a lot as well, and for this one is probably a subject I could talk very long time about, but I'm going to try and keep it short. So when I build, I will build one house and I will try to sort of think about where I'm placing the next house and what can go in between it. So normally I will build another house, I will then start working on a path. And with the pathways guys, always keep sort of a bit more of a rough path or a curve. You know, try not to make too much straight paths because they don't look right, you know. When it comes to houses, try not to place them all in a row. Try to place them, you know, one a little bit further forward, one further back. Try to just create variety. I think variety is the key to making a village look really nice. If you're building a lot of houses that look the same, then it's not going to look very nice because it's just going to be a repetitive pattern over and over. So try to change up the shapes, make some of your houses higher, some of them lower. try to think what you're building behind those houses. So if you've got like a bit of a distant view, think about having some smaller houses at the front and then some larger houses at the back, maybe even a castle further behind that. You know, because when you look at it from further back, you're gonna then get a whole view of things. You're gonna see these little houses, then some big houses in the distance behind it, and then a castle further behind it. I think your sight lines in game are something you should always try and keep in mind, what you can see behind things, you know, because that helps create a lot of atmosphere to an area. Now, like I said as well, make sure you're keeping things like your pathways, keep them curved if you can. Try to mix up the sort of the look of things, so don't always use the same coloured blocks for building. Use different coloured woods and stuff to create a little bit of colour. If you can use other blocks as well to get a bit more colour in there, then be sure to do that as well. And then just lots of greenery. As you guys probably know, I love putting in lots of green. I make bushes and trees and little flower pots and stuff like that, and putting these all sort of in between your builds really helps add a lot of life to a village and really makes it feel more homely and much more welcoming. So that's kind of the short answer for it, guys, but maybe I'll try and do a video in the future to cover more of an in-depth guide on how to make a village look more like a village and give it a little bit of life. Okay, the next one comes in from Thrasher 1987 Skate, and he says, where were you born? Did you always have creative / building ideas growing up? Will you ever do a face reveal on YouTube? So many questions, laugh out loud, but as always, keep it real, Blue, and Merry Christmas to you and your family. So first of all, thank you very much, my friend, and Merry Christmas to you too. I hope you had a good one. Okay, so first of all, where was you born? I was born in London in the UK, although there has been a few people confused my accent with being Scottish and Australian. Now, next one was, did you always have a creative / building ideas growing up? Now, yes, this one probably is actually quite an important step of where my creative side comes from. When I was younger, I was a very creative child. I was always making things out of boxes and painting stuff. I was into my art when I was in my sort of, I suppose from the age of about 6 or 7, I was always into art all the way up until I was about 18. I kind of stopped doing my drawings and paintings when I was around 18, just because life got a bit busier and I never really had as much time on my hands to do it. But I did spend many years doing a lot of painting and stuff. And of course, like most Minecraft YouTubers, I did a lot of Lego when I was younger, and that is probably one of the most important ones for where my creative side comes from for Minecraft. I used to spend hours and hours on building stuff. I used to build houses, forts, castles, and all sorts with Lego. So that's probably where a lot of my creative side comes from. Now, for the final question, will you ever do a face reveal on YouTube? Now, this is a tough one, guys, because I've thought about doing a face reveal for a long time, and you know, it's been kind of debatable whether to do it or not to do it. I'm quite a private person, so I like to keep my face out of the public eye, if you know what I mean. I don't sort of like my being known. So at the moment, I would say it's most likely not, but it is something I will consider in the future. If there was enough requests to have a face reveal, I would consider it. But as of the moment, I doubt it. It's not something that I really plan on doing at the moment. Okay, now the next one comes in from Unstoppable Luck, and he says, when will we see the new castle? Now, the new castle series is going to be starting in early January sometime, guys. I've got a lot of plans for the castle series that's going to be in the docks. There's a lot of planning that I've still got to finish up before I do the actual full-on tutorials, but I've got a lot of ideas ready for it. So I would say somewhere around early to the middle of January, I should be fully ready for the tutorials. So that's going to be coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. Okay guys, now the next one comes in from Hope Mega, and she says, I was wondering if you was going to finish the docks. Now, first of all, in short, yes, I'm absolutely going to finish the docks, and this is a question I do get quite a lot on the channel. Now, the docks is an ongoing project, which means I have no kind of end date planned for it. I have no end goal for where the town, the village, the city is going to go. At the moment, it is just something I'm going to keep adding to and adding to and adding to, and it'll just grow and grow with time. Now obviously I do have the castle project, which is going to be done in the docks, and that's going to be a pretty big project. I've got plans to finish off the village. I have plans for a prison. I have plans to do the church. I have plans to do a dry dock. There's a lot of plans all in place for that. Now I know that the tutorials have slowed down a little bit, but as from the beginning of January, I will be speeding up all my tutorials and doing them on a much more regular basis. I'm hoping to get videos out almost every day of the week if I can, so we're going to see how that goes, but fingers crossed I should be able to get into a schedule of daily videos, with the mass of them being tutorials and getting the docks finished off and the castle that you guys have been waiting for. The next one comes in from Connor Haynes, and he says, what is your favorite building style in Minecraft? Now that's a fairly tough one. I love building in medieval style, and I would probably say that that is my favorite. However, I do enjoy building in other styles as well. I really love the fantasy sort of style, and I also really like the kind of rustic sort of style as well. So I think all three of the styles kind of combine together really well, and that's probably why I like them all. But if I had to choose just one, it would definitely be medieval without doubt. Okay, now the next one comes in from Alexander Enchev, and he says, are you going to do a face reveal, and will you continue the Nordic Village series? Don't overdo yourself with YouTube, after all you have a family too. Now thanks very much my friend. And face reveal, I think I already answered that previously. I'm not sure whether I will do one just yet. I don't plan on doing a face reveal just yet, but if there was enough requests for it, I would consider it. Now, the Nordic Village is a series that I haven't done for a while. I know I have been kind of neglecting that series, but I have got a bunch of plans ready for 2020. And like I said before, there's going to be a bunch of new tutorials coming. My goal this year is to really start getting back to a lot of tutorials as well. I'm loving survival, and the survival series is going to continue with 2 videos a week, but I am going to be focusing a lot more on tutorials the rest of the time. So the rest of the time I'm going to be working on the docks and the Nordic Village. They're going to be the 2 places I'm going to be working the most on tutorials at the moment. So there's a lot of plans for the Nordic Village, my friend, and those tutorials will be coming in early January. Okay, the next one comes in from Drawing Master, and he says, did you build your PC? If so, how? If not, what brand did you use? Keep up the great work, Blue. You're an inspiration to us all. And first of all, thank you very much, my friend. And no, I didn't actually make the PC myself. It's actually a Stormforce PC made for gaming. Now, it's a pretty good PC. It's pretty powerful. But I am planning on hopefully building my own PC this year and using that alongside this one. So one, I'll be doing a recording, one for the gaming, just to hopefully speed up the process of my recording and stuff. So yep, that's my plan for the future. But the building side of it, I'm not certain on just yet. That's something I would like to have a go with. So we're going to have to just see sort of what I get for my time in my schedule as to whether I could build it or not. Okay, the next one comes in from Shadow, and he says, how old are you? How's life, and where are you from? So where am I from? I believe I answered that already. I am from London in England. And how's life? Life is very good, my friend. I am doing pretty good. Obviously, life always has its ups and downs, but so far at the moment, things are doing pretty good this year. I have a fiance that I've been with for 20 years next year. I've been with her since I was 17, so yeah, almost a life sentence. We have 2 kids aged 12 and 11, and all of them are my world. So yeah guys, things are pretty good. Now, how old am I? Now that would be telling, wouldn't it? I am 36 years old, okay? But I'm 21 at heart, so I guess that counts or something, yeah? And the next one comes in from Yesus PC. And guys, if I got that name wrong, I really do apologize. And he says, hello from Mexico. Thank you for teaching us to build. I really appreciate your time on YouTube. My question, have you ever thought about making videos about other games? Now, this one, again guys, this is one that I do get asked quite a lot, and yes, I do plan on making videos on other games, but not on this channel. So this channel will always be Minecraft only. That's my goal for this channel, and kind of has been my only focus at the moment. Now, I do have a separate gaming channel which I haven't been uploading for a long time, and I'm considering restarting that channel separately again with uploading some other different games, maybe something more like survival games, something with a little bit more action in it maybe, I'm not too sure. But that's something that's going to be coming a little bit later on. At the moment, I've not really set a date for that. At the moment, this channel is going to just remain just Minecraft, and that's going to be my sole focus for the moment. And the next one comes in from Toothless Toad, and he says, how did you get into making YouTube videos? Was it a hobby that evolved, or did you set out to make videos with goals in mind? Now, this is actually a really good question. I originally, well, to be honest, let's start about how I actually came across Minecraft. Now, my son brought Minecraft when it came out, I suppose maybe, well, it was when it first released, I think, on the Xbox One. When it was first released on Xbox One, my son went ahead and brought it, and I didn't like the game. I didn't know why he enjoyed it. I said to him the graphics looked bad, it didn't look right. And he kept pestering me to play the game, and I kind of put it off a couple of times. And anyway, after he asked me a couple of times, I was like, all right, come on, and let's sit down and let me see what this game's all about with you. So I sat down and I played the game with him, and I would say within about 20 minutes I was just hooked on building. It was just like playing Lego but in a virtual world, and I loved the game. I really enjoyed it. And I got quite creative with it. I started playing it. I actually ended up buying the Java edition, which I play now, and then I played it on PC. I started doing a bit more building, started getting better with it. I looked up on YouTube and I realized there was a lot of people doing it on YouTube, starting out with people like Wells Knight. I found him on YouTube, along with Mythical Sausage and Whip, and I followed these guys for a while, watching them build. And I enjoyed watching them build. And then I suppose one day I kind of thought to myself, I've kind of picked up a lot along the way, a lot of things for building. I've picked up a lot of things and learnt a lot. Maybe I should have a go at doing tutorials on YouTube as well. So from there, I started up making some videos. I've done a lot of practice beforehand, learning how to actually make videos and how to sort of edit videos and stuff like that, because there's a lot of time that goes into editing videos that people just don't see. So the videos can take a lot longer to make than what everybody else sees on the other side. So I've done a lot of practicing at that and tried to get my videos looking sort of a really good quality. I wanted my videos to be very good quality before I even started doing videos. And it kind of I decided to one day to just give it a try and actually finally do a video and release it on YouTube. And yeah, it just kind of progressed from there. But I have my son to thank for it, because he was the one that got me into Minecraft. If he had never done that, I probably would never be doing what I do now, and I'd never be making these tutorials. So yeah, it's all down to him. Okay, the next one comes in from Nora Hamadat, and she says, how long does it usually take you to come up with a new build? Planning, scale, which blocks you use, etc. PS, love your vids and the effort you put into all of them. It makes it so much fun to watch. Thank you so much, Nora. I'm really glad to hear that you're enjoying them. Builds actually, it can vary. If it's a large scale build, something like a castle, that can take me a month, maybe a month and a half to kind of get fully planned in my head, because I will build it several times. I will do a build, I will build it again, make some changes until I'm completely happy with the look of the build. I don't like to kind of put a build out that I'm not happy with. If I don't like the look of the build, I probably won't release a tutorial for it, because in my mind it's not good enough for YouTube. If it's not good enough for me, it's not good enough for the viewers. So I'm very fussy with my builds. So I would say an average build, so let's say an average medieval style house that I build, I would say that I could probably plan and build one in about 8 hours if I include a bit of recording time. It could take me maybe up to 16 hours if it's a bit larger, or if I'm not happy with the build and I have to make changes. It really does depend on the build. But I would say on an average, each video that I make generally takes me probably somewhere between 8 and 15 hours to put together. I'm trying to speed it up a little bit now that I'm getting better with my editing. I'm better with things. I'm trying to speed it up a little bit. My goal would be to be able to do it in about 6 hours. If I could finish all of that in 6 hours, including the editing, that would be really good. But yeah, we just have to see how we go. Okay, the next one comes in from Noah Ropp, and he says, what are your preferred shaders? For me, my favorite shaders are the Silders Vibrant Shaders High. I'm using version 1.23 at the moment. I think there is an update. I think there's a newer version than that. So I need to update that at some point. But yeah, they're my favorite shaders at the moment. They just seem to be the most vibrant, and they add a nice color tone to everything in game without sort of going too crazy with the color. You know, some shaders I find really dim the color. Some shaders make the dark areas too dark, but these shaders are really good. You know, they add a nice bit of color, but they don't make the dark areas too dark. So if you go caving, you can still see everything. It's not pitch black, and that's what I like about them. Okay guys, and the last one comes in from Asvind Gunazaran, and I do apologize if I got that name wrong, my friend. And he says, what games do you play besides Minecraft? And the truth is, I don't really get a lot of time for playing other games. I kind of played them patchy, and recently there's only 3 games that I've really played recently, and that's been The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I've been playing a little bit of Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain, and also City Skylines, which I absolutely love. City Skylines. It's a creative game, but it's a very time consuming game. But they're the 3 games I've been playing recently. I haven't completed any of them. I've just been kind of playing them in patches here and there. So I haven't played a lot, just very little. But that's about it, guys. Now I think we're going to wrap it up just there with the questions for today, guys, because it's been a pretty packed episode with a lot of work going on. So with that being said, let's jump into the world and take a quick look at what we've been doing. Alright guys, we are finally back, and before we get started and take a look at the castle, let me just say that there was a lot of footage there of the castle being built. I've been building it up now for about a week or so, and some of the footage did get a bit corrupted, so I did have to go back into one of my backup worlds and go ahead and rebuild some of it and re-record some of the footage. So if there is a little bit of a mismatch on some of the video, that is the reason why. But anyway guys, we finally got there in the end, and as you can see, the castle is actually looking really cool. Now I slightly changed the front of the plan of the castle here, but only by a very small amount. It was just so that we could even out this side of the castle with this side. And overall guys, I gotta say I'm absolutely loving it. We've still got to do a bunch of texturing because obviously at the moment it's just all plain brick and just looks way too clean. So we're gonna have to mess this up a little bit. Do a load of work on the outside here as well, but overall I gotta say I really like the design. I think it's looking really cool. Now for the roofs up there, I'm probably going to add some stairs in there at some point as well, because at the moment it's just bricks and slabs. So I'll probably add in some stairs just to kind of smooth it out a little bit. But overall guys, I really do like this design. Be sure to let me know in the comments what you think of it. Now we've got our first gate here. This is the main front part of the castle. And we've got the Spencers in the floor here to make it look like the gate would actually shut down and lock into the ground. When we come in here, the first thing we've got is a few little stables here. Now of course guys, there's a lot more decorating around here that needs to be done. We need to texture the ground with some cool dirt, maybe a little bit of cobblestone. And a load of other work that we got to do here to tidy this, well not tidy it, but to mess it up a little bit and make it look a little bit more realistic. But we got ourselves a few little stables here for some horses. We will have a doorway to the tower here. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep a doorway there though. We might make the doorway around the back somewhere out of the way. I'll probably get rid of this gap here. But yeah, we've got a nice little stairway that comes up here. We've got an entranceway into this tower here, which I think looks really cool. I like the way we've got this little sticking out bit on the side here. And then up to our little tower at the top there. And our little tower over the side here as well by the gate. Around the back here, I slightly changed this up. I think I did get this on camera as well. We put in a nice little walkway across this side here. But yeah, it's looking really good. We've got a little bit of a house down here. This isn't finished yet, as you can see when you come inside here. There's still a lot of work to do in here. But yeah, it's looking okay for the moment. This is probably going to go straight into the inside of the wall, where we'll be able to walk up into the main castle at the back. And then over here we've got another part of a house just above the stables here, or behind the stables. And then we're going to have a walkway down here. Now, I'm not too sure what I'm going to have in this area here. I'm debated whether to make this the barracks here. I know that there was a few suggestions saying that it would be good to make the barracks by the larger tower, which was this one or the one. It might be the one on the other side over there. But I'm not too sure yet. We might use some of this area down here for our barracks, an archery range and stuff like that, but I'm not certain just yet. So if you guys have any ideas, be sure to let me know what you think. But as you can see, guys, once we come down this little stairway here, we've got this nice big area here. This is going to be turned into a bit of a building here. I'm not sure what I'm going to put into this corner here. I want to make something that's going to blend in with this tower here, make a nice little area here. We're going to have a big building here that's going to be connected onto the wall here and into this tower here. As you can see, we've got an outline here for a little bit of a curved wall around the side here. Let me just eat some chicken because we are running low on some energy. And then as we come down the back here, we've got a bunch of room down here. I'm probably going to put a few little small houses or something down here. Maybe another big building down the back here. I'm not sure just yet. But yeah, overall I think it's looking pretty good. Now, if we go round onto this side here, we can come up the stairway. And this is going to be where our main gate is going to lead into the main castle is going to be. And I think what I'm probably going to do here is I'm probably going to make this gate a bit thicker. As you can see, at the moment we've got 3 blocks here, 1 on a corner, and then it's 3 blocks and then 1 block again all the way around. And I just think that this tower might be a little bit small as a defense for the main keep area up here. So I think these 2 towers here are going to be made a little bit thicker to make it kind of more like that gate down there. But we probably won't make it as big, I don't think. Maybe, I'm not sure yet. It's something I'll have to work on, see what designs I can come up with. But it's going to be something along the lines of this anyway, because it's going to have to blend in with that design. At the top here, we're going to have a large building here. And this building here, sorry guys, losing my voice here. We're going to connect to the wall across here, which again, I'm not sure what design I'm going to go with for the wall here. I want to slightly change it up from the wall that we already have over there. I don't want it to look the same all the way around the castle. So I'll probably change the walkway up here a little bit. We're going to have another building down here as well, which is going to blend in with this main build. Then we've got room for another build here, or a connecting section, which is going to connect to this big tower here. And this is going to be a very big tower, kind of like the tower we done on the castle tutorial that we done. So that's going to go up and then have like 4 points, 1 out on each corner, and then a point for the main roof as well. It will be a different design, but with a similar kind of style. Then down the back here, we've got another little sort of room for another little sort of building here. Then we're going to have at the back here is going to be the big main part of the castle. But I still think this is a bit too small. So I think this might be enlarged a bit, because we've got all of this room inside here still to play with. So, I mean, I'm going to fill this up with a bunch more buildings, because I really want to compact it, make it feel not completely cramped, but I want to make it feel that there's, you know, that there's a lot going on. So we're going to have a lot more buildings on the inside in here. I think what we'll probably do is these ones around the outside are going to be taller buildings, like big. And then we're kind of sweep out at the front here with smaller buildings sort of coming off of them that will make it just look a little bit bigger and kind of just give it a nice overall sort of compact feel in the center here. But overall, guys, I'm absolutely loving the design of it so far. I think it's turned out really cool. I did go ahead and build this off camera, which is a stone generator. So have I got any in there? No, just some cobblestone. Have I got my silk touch? Yep, I've got silk touch on, so we can actually just break a load of this like this, stand here constantly breaking it up, and then what we should get is our stone all going into there. So it's an easy way of gathering up stone. It makes it a lot quicker. It's basically water at the side sitting inside some stairs. So these blocks down the side here, these are all stairs. These are all stairs going across here. Then we've waterlogged the stairs, placed in a full block above it, and done 4 blocks down this side, 4 blocks across the top there, and then on the level above we've got lava that runs all the way down. We've got an iron trapdoor here to stop the water from flying out, and then just a trapdoor down here just so we can stand in here and just kind of hides the hopper down there. And that's about it. So it's really easy. Underneath here we've got a row of hoppers. So we got this hopper here, then a row of hoppers leading into it. I think there's 4 that lead into this one, and they go down into the chest, and that just keeps us stocked up with our stone. So yeah, that is about it, guys, for the castle that we have built so far. I've still got to do a lot of interior work and a lot of sort of planning and stuff. I want to have a lot going on in this castle, and I want a really huge throne room. I want a really big, grand looking throne room. I want to have a castle inside the library and loads of other things. So there's going to be loads of stuff that's going to be going on, and a lot of detail work going on as well. So I'll probably do a little bit more work off camera. Maybe I might even do it in a testing world so that I know what I'm going to be doing in the next episode. But yeah, guys, I think it is shaping up pretty good. We definitely got to get some of the texturing done because I can't stand the look of all this clean stone bricks. It looks too clean, and it's kind of driving me a little bit crazy. So I'll probably go ahead and texture that up off camera. I probably won't get it all done, but I will get some of it done at least. But yeah, I think it's looking really good. I'm really happy with the way that it's looking so far. If you guys have any ideas or things that we should add inside the castle or stuff like that, be sure to let me know in the comments below, guys. But I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up just there. Once again, guys, thank you so much for 20,000 subscribers. I honestly cannot believe that we hit that milestone. It truly is amazing, and thank you so much for all of your support. If you did enjoy the video, guys, please don't forget to smash that like button, and if you're new to the channel, then please consider subscribing. Just don't forget to hit that bell so you get notified every time we post a new video. But for now, this is BlueNerd signing out, and I will catch you guys in the next one.